Hello, morning. It's Monday, the 29th of April 2019. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from a television centre here in Royal Berkshire, in Bracknell, Berkshire, boys and girls. I've been taking it easy at the weekend, hence those shows. My back has we're now at 98% on the back, I'm pleased to say. I was a little bit bent over on the Friday night at the karaoke. You may remember I hurt my back. Was not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I was watching Star Trek with my mate, and I simply got out of the chair, and I couldn't straighten up. And oh no, here we go. I think it's either the second or third time that's happened. The first time I went to pick a pen up. That was in the King's Head Theatre Bar, wasn't it? Yeah, which is about 2 years ago. Then it was something about a year ago, but that wasn't too bad. In fact, this time it wasn't. It was nowhere near as bad as when I went to pick the pen up. But nevertheless, I couldn't straighten up. So gradually, as last week went on, some days it was better, other days it wasn't. And then Friday night at Central Station while we were doing the karaoke. Nice night Friday. I couldn't really straighten up then properly, and I was walking around with a bit of difficulty and sitting down. And then Saturday morning, I got up. Oh, was it about 9 o'clock Saturday morning? I got up late Saturday morning. I'm finding it difficult to fit in a show Saturday, to be honest. So that's why I got up about 9 o'clock. And I went down the shops, got a few bits and pieces from the shops, then I went swimming. And after swimming, it was fine again, actually. You know, it seems to do swimming. I don't know if it stretches a muscle out or something like that, but it's certainly always better after swimming. As the same when I was up north last week in Boston. And I went swimming 2 days, actually, on the Thursday and on the Friday. And on both occasions, you know, I'd got up in the morning, unable to sort of straighten up, gone down the swimming pool. First half a length to one length maybe was a bit painful. And after that, I'm swimming up and down, no problem at all. Got out of the swimming pool, standing up straight, no problem. So it definitely helps. I wonder what else swimming would help with, actually. It doesn't help with weight loss, incidentally, swimming. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I'm piling all the pounds at the moment, mate. Oh, my God. I won't even step on... I'm at that point now, ladies, where I won't step on the scales. I've just about managed to get this on. I've got a fat arse again, everyone. Oh, how disappointing is that? I've got a fat arse. What can you do? There's this slimming thing out now. Where's that? Let me see this. I pulled this out. Gel peel. This is in this morning's Sun. It says there's a gel pill that helps fill the stomach, could double tubby British people's chances of losing weight. Come on, gang. Are you a tubby British person? Are you? I am at the moment. It says millions of Brits could double their chances of losing weight thanks to a breakthrough pill. The exciting new treatment, which contains thousands of tiny grains of gel, is taken before each meal with water. It quickly expands to fill a quarter of... I mean, how big is the stomach? How big is it? Is it like a bag? Is it like... I don't know, like... Is it as big as a carrier bag? Or, you know, one of those old brown bags that you used to buy fruit and veg in? You go to the bloke in the market. I love a pound of potatoes, please. And you put it in a brown bag. Is that the size of your stomach? I don't know. Anyway, apparently this thing quickly expands to fill a quarter of the stomach, leaving users feeling full. In trials, slimmers using the Plenity capsules were twice as likely to shed at least 5% of their body weight compared to dieting alone. 6 in 10 responded so well to the treatment, which harmlessly passes through the body. These participants lost an average of 10% of their weight, around 22 pounds. It's a lot, isn't it? Then they also shed 3.5... It's inches, you see, inches. They all shed about 3.5 inches from their waistlines over 6 months, the equivalent of 2 dress sizes. That's good, isn't it? That's good, that. So we'll keep an eye out on that. It says in the States, Maker says their pioneering therapy could be available in the UK as early as next year, likely to be sold over the counter at pharmacies targeted at adults with a BMI of 25 to 35, overweight and mildly obese. I think that's where I am. I think I can't remember what I was when they did it last time. Was it GMI? BMI? BMI. This doctor says there really is an unmet need for new treatments that are effective for the majority and really well tolerated. So it's just water, basically. Just water. You don't need a surgeon. You just put it in a box and swallow a pill. Eh? Oh, sorry. You just buy. I was going to say, would you swallow the box as well? You buy it in a box and simply swallow a pill. It seems to be easy and it's made out of vegetable fibre and citric acid. It creates a super absorbent hydrogel, which can absorb many times its own size in liquid. So you take 3 capsules 20 minutes before lunch and dinner. So it looks like it's just some sort of water capsule type thing. Of course, there's an argument there. I mean, I've heard this one before, that if you want to lose weight, simply have a pint of water before you have your dinner, because that then fills up your stomach. I've never actually done it myself. I have a problem with portion sizes. I've gone back to large portions and ice cream. That's my problem. Not crisps, really. Now and again, I'll have a bag of crisps, but we're not like having crisps every day, or indeed every other day. It's ice cream. I keep having ice cream after dinner, and it's large dinners as well. That's where I know where I'm going wrong. It's just impossible to get on the damn thing again, isn't it? So that was my Saturday, swimming, and back a lot better now. On Friday night, I must admit, on the way home, I was ever so hungry on Friday night, so I stopped at I think it's an Esso garage, right at the beginning of, well, just before the beginning of the M4. You have to come off the A4 to get down to this garage, which is at I think Chiswick. I think it's classed as Chiswick. And then you come out of there and go up onto the M4. I stopped there because I know they got a 24-hour subway. Somewhere I don't go on a regular occurrence, maybe once every couple of months and that. And I had a foot-long subway with all the salad stuff in it and these vegetable pate things. And I asked for lots of onions. I like onions. Do you? Like onions. So I had lots of onions in there. So I had that in the car. Before I set, you can't really eat these things as you're driving along. You can have a sandwich. I mean, you can just about have a sandwich while you drive along, but you not a Subway, impossible. Yeah, it'd just be all over your lap, wouldn't it? I mean, as luck would have it, I was eating away. I did something to the steering wheel. And I must have had tomato sauce on my thing, and then I grabbed the steering wheel, and it went everywhere. Tomato sauce everywhere from the steering wheel. Anyway, so I had that on the way home, got back here, watched some telly, went to bed. But the next day, I got the car out to go down the shops. And I got in the car. It stunk of onions. And then later on the Saturday night when I went to bed, it still stunk of onions. Awful. Just awful. And I got that spray stuff. It's really difficult to get rid of the smell of onions, though, isn't it? Oh, incidentally, the text thing is working now, okay? There was an issue with the text. We weren't getting any texts in Friday. I've just tested it now, and it seems to be working. So if you find you're sending loads of messages and you're not getting any of them read out, then try the text. I haven't done messages yet, all right? So don't text in on the thing yet. If you find you're sending in computer messages and not getting read out, then always try the text number at the top there, 07551 259 675, and you think that should be working now, okay? The reason I'm up early today is, number one, I woke up early, and I've got things to do as well later on. I've got to go down the car place and sign some bits of paper, and also got a scan today on my lower stomach where I was having problems a few weeks ago now. But in all honesty, I think the problem is cleared. You know, I'm not getting those pains there. Just where an old appendix scar is. Now and again, it blows up. As in, you know, it kind of blows up, or it fills up with something. I dread to think what. It fills up, and it can be like that for usually a few days, but this went on for about 3 weeks. So I went down to the doctor and he arranged a scan. As with generally all doctor sort of other appointments after the doctor in this country, you can wait weeks for the follow-up, whatever it happens to be, in this case a scan. So it has been about 3 or 4 weeks, in which time the problem has cleared itself. So I'm not expecting them to be able to find anything down there. But that's this afternoon. It's quite late, actually, 12:20 in the afternoon. The place I go to, Heatherwood Hospital, it's not too far from here. But it kind of interferes a bit with my day, but that's just how it is. I always take the first appointment that's offered for me. I don't like to be awkward, And it's just so many people want to fit it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's free. NHS is free, and they're very, very busy people. And if something's offered to me, I'll just accept it there and okay, that's fine. Yeah, and I'll look at my day. Oh God, how am I going to fit that in? But that's the appointment, so I'll go. Other people, they're on the phone every 5. Oh, it's not really convenient. What do you mean it's not convenient? They're doing you a favour, not the other way round. People wanting to change things. I hate hassle, don't you? People are a hassle. You go to a restaurant with them and can you do it like this? And just take the meal as it is, for Christ's sake, man. Anyway, so that's what I've got to do today. I've got to ring up the car bloke now. You see, I got confused with the time of the scan appointment. I can't find the letter that they sent me, but fortunately, I've written it down on my diary here, and it says 12:20. So fingers crossed that is the correct time. I don't know. So much to do today. I really have. And I woke up early because I've had a couple of three vivid dreams last night. Vivid. I like that word. 3 vivid dreams last night, the last of which I shall tell you about in a moment. But now, boys and girls, let's read some of your messages out this morning. A very good morning. First message of the day goes to Mike Rees-Ponto in Portsmouth. Good morning, Mikey boy. Morning to you. An early morning to you. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Mark Jones is in the house, as is Rod Brown, Adrian Richardson, Mr. Ray Reynolds, Joanna. Good morning, Joanna. All right, Peter Lakes there in Woodall Spa. Had a lovely weekend. Thank you, Peter. And hello to the delightful Bernie this morning. Morning, Bernie. Morning. Sorry you couldn't make it out last week to our little evening, excursion to Skegness that we go. Maybe next time. I'm not there this week, by the way. Not up there this week, Bernie. Good morning to Hossie. Good morning, Rob Shaggy Kershaw. LaBelle is in the house. Good morning, the delightful LaBelle. I love that name. LaBelle. Reminds me of that, who was that LaBelle? Oh, what's the song? LaBelle. Lady Marmalade. The original version, of course. Not the one that they done, a recent one with Christina Aguilera, or whatever her name is, and all that lot. No, the original LaBelle. LaBelle. Good morning, LaBelle. Morning to John Aitken. His back is a bit sore too. Just took some painkillers. You see, I don't take painkillers, John. I don't take tablets unless the doctor says, take these or you'll die. They're the only tablets I take. Rarely will I take a painkiller or anything like that. I'll have lovely Maureen bought in some gel that you kind of rub on painful areas. And that seemed to work quite well, I must say. That did work quite well. Morning to Adrian, who's lost £1. Congratulations, Adrian. Well done. £1. You see, you get great thing. What, that pound will turn into a stone in about 5 years' time in your case, but I'm sure you're doing the right thing. Morning to Courtney. 3 a.m. in Florida. Oh, I love Florida. Disney, Universal and all that business, thank you. John says there's nothing wrong with a fat ass. I've got one now, dear. Kim Kardashian's made a fortune from hers. Do you think anyone would pay me for mine then? Merlin, those tablets are nothing new. It's something that XLS Medical marketed a few years ago, but it was a powder you took with water and it makes your body feel full. I think you just drink a glass of water. No need to bother with money on water pills, is there, Merlin, you know? Whose name is Kanye West? Who are you talking about, Kanye West? What about him? Is he the one that thinks he's the world's greatest rock star or something like that? Kanye, I'm not keen on his music. I'm sorry, doesn't do it for me, my love. No, I mean, bring back ABBA, all is forgiven. That's what I say. Well, what happened to that song we were promised last year from ABBA? Didn't materialise, did I? Liars, dear. I hate it when people say stuff and it doesn't happen. How annoying is that? How annoying is that? Very annoying is the idea. John says nothing worse than trapped wind. I don't know what it was, John, but it cleared. It was there about 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks it was there. Rob, I've been waiting 6 months to see a dermatologist. I got a letter back in November 2018 saying my appointment was in May 2019. You know, sometimes, Rob, I mean, I don't know how well off you are. You don't necessarily need to be filthy, stinking rich, but if you've got a bit of spare cash, I think sometimes it might be better to just go and pay someone and get it sorted. I think I would do that. If he said, "Oh, I'm going to get a scan," and this thing come through the letterbox and it said like 6 months, I would probably have rung about, "Look, can I pay to have this done?" I'm sure you can. You know, if you look at all these pay-as-you-go things like Bupa and all that, generally there's quite a lot of operations that you can elect to pay to have something done now. Knees, hips. I mean, lots of money. Some of them are very expensive. On the other hand, some of them are not too bad in the grand scheme of things, you know. Shouldn't have to, of course. Shouldn't have to, but that's just how it is, unfortunately. You know. I think a knee operation, am I right, is about £4,000? Someone look that up, can you? I think a knee operation is about £4,000. So you know, if you go to the doctor, oh yeah, you need a knee operation. Assuming you're in great pain and you want that pain gone. Okay, well, when can you do that? Okay, well, it's January now. We're looking at September, October. I think I'd be tempted to try and get the money together and pay for something like that. Get it sorted. You know, nothing worse than being in pain, is there? Awful. Backs or anything, as I experienced last week. Merlin. Since I've started my weight loss plan, cut out all alcohol, fizzy drinks, sugary snacks, I've started using side plates for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So far, so good. You see, I've got nothing to cut out, though, like that, Merlin. I don't drink. I don't do fizzy drinks. I only drink tea with the tiniest little bit of soya milk in it. It's for me, it's portion sizes, okay? And I think at the moment, the biggest problem I've got is ice cream again, which it was before, wasn't it? Bread, I try to avoid bread at all times, really. Now and again I have some, but if I keep having it or I have too much, then I get the most dreadful acid coming up. Not immediately, but, you know, sort of soon after, yeah. So there we are. Adrian, doesn't worry. I found £1. It was underneath my shoe. Thanks for your concern. That's all right, Adrian. No trouble at all. We're always concerned of your welfare. And indeed everyone else's, Adrian. Okay. Ray, naproxen does work, but not everyone is allowed to take it, depending on your regime. I had that once, Ray, naproxen, and it sent me a bit doolally, actually. I felt very lightheaded all the time, so they took me off that. That's a couple of years ago, and I haven't had it since. John Aitken, Kim's husband, my previous comment. What was your previous comment then? Kanye West. Then your comment before that was, my back is a bit sore. Took some back killers. It's all over the place, that is. Don't know what you're saying there, John. Let me have a look there. Maybe it's on this one. Trapped Wind. His name is Kanye West. Nothing wrong with a fat ass. Kim Kardashian's made a fortune from hers. And then it says his name is Kanye West. Nothing in between. What are you going on about, John? Oh, I don't know what you're saying there. Now, this is the problem sometimes with this business going backwards and forwards. You see, we've gone so far forward, and then I get another comment, and I can't remember what I've said. Merlin, there you go. When I had my knee done, I paid £11,500 for a one knee replacement. Oh, it was more than I thought it was. There we go, Mike. Apparently, a knee replacement provided straightforward between £10,000 and £12,000. Okay, well that's a bit more than I thought it was. I thought it was more like £7,000 to £8,000. You see, something like that. Okay, so my dream. I've had three vivid dreams last night. Only one of what stuck out really. Here it is. I'd gone to see a fireworks display. Okay. And I've gone into this car park, and the car park had a bit extra opened for the firework display. All right? So I'm driving around in here, and I'm thinking, well, I'm in the main car park. I wonder if the extra bit of car park is any cheaper. So I've driven through the main car park. See if you can work out what this means, because I can't. Driven through the main car park into the extension car park. not really knowing if one's dearer than the others. And I think it worked out to £3 or something. So I paid me £3. And then and I'm 2 hours early for this firework display. Okay, I've written it all down in front of me here. So from that car park, I then walk into the doctor's surgery. And there's something wrong. I don't know what it is wrong. I'm in some sort of pain. Maybe it was my back. I don't know. But nevertheless, I'm sitting there with the doctor. And I said, well, I've come to watch the firework display. And then I'm going to drive home afterwards. And the doctor says, oh, you shouldn't really do that. I've just given you some tramadol. Now, I have heard that name before. I haven't actually looked it up. Maybe I should have looked it up. But tramadol. Okay. She said, I can't advise you to drive now after tramadol. It will make you very, very sleepy. Oh, I said, well, what about after the fireworks? I said, because that's not for 2 hours. She said, no, I really don't advise you to drive after having the tramadol. And I said, well, what, shall I just go home now? She said, well, you shouldn't really, but if you do, put your foot down and go as fast as you can. Otherwise you'll fall asleep at the wheel. And that was it, really. And I said to her, should I eat something or maybe have the music really loud and the windows open? Will that stop me falling to sleep? And she's like shaking her head. I'm not sure, really. She's just go now, get in your car, put your foot down and get back as quickly as you possibly can. So I don't know. I don't know really what that means. Any idea what? And then I woke up. Adrian says, are your dreams about take me out for an afternoon tea and buy me some cake? No. Morning to Diane Jeb. Good morning to you. John Aiken says, tramadol is the zombie drug. Is it? Okay. I've heard of it. I think it was some sort of tranquilizer. You see, again, I've got to tell you, I've never taken anything like this. Never ever taken tramadol or anything like that. There was a pethidone injection when I had a burst appendix. That was quite pleasant, I must say. I don't know. Merlin says he either paid for his knee operation. He either paid for it or had to wait 2 years. Well, it was worth doing then, wasn't it, Merlin? Was worth doing. But I've no idea what that dream meant. I used to have a recurring dream. I think I had this about 3 or 4 times. And that was where I climbed up inside a church clock. And I come out the top. There was a little door at the top. And there was 4 clock faces, you know, at the top of this church. Right, 4 o'clock. And then there was a spire, like, on top of that. Not actually a church spire, just a bit of metal sticking upwards. And I was supposed to climb up this. And I'm afraid of heights anyway. And I was terrified by the fact that I had to climb up this thing. Right? And I didn't. I don't think I climbed up it. And I'd be up there. And on every single occasion, I was climbing up inside the clock face. And I didn't want to come out the 2 little doors, which took you outside of the clock, right at the top there, and walking around the 4 faces. And I didn't want to do it. I wonder what that was about. I haven't had that dream for some years, but I remember having it quite a few times there. So there we are. LaBelle says, it means you should take it when you're at home, preferably when you're going to bed. I don't know what that stuff is, LaBelle. John also has terrible vertigo. I don't like heights. You know, when I'm in a plane, when I'm in an aeroplane going somewhere, I tell myself, I completely switch off to the fact that there's nothing underneath me for miles. I completely switch off. I fool myself into thinking there's actually nothing there. There is actually something there. But there's nothing underneath you at all, is there? Anyway, so that was my dream. Someone was asking me, this show is shared to quite a few of the other Facebook groups. Some of the Facebook groups, including Facebook Live, so lots of other people do live show. I've yet to find anyone that does a show like this, funnily enough. I do look to see if anyone's doing like a chat show. A bloke or a girl just sits in a room and basically talks for a period of time. I've yet to find anything like that. I find lots of how to do videos. In fact, I was watching one last night. Now, what was that? Oh, it was organ pedals. You know, I play the organ at church, right? And I do play the pedals as well, but only with one foot, only with the left foot. And I know that you're supposed to use both feet. For some reason, I can only use my left foot while playing the pedals on the organ. I was looking up yesterday how to play organ pedals, and the stuff there that I found basically just told me what I know already. And there was a lady actually in America, and she was saying, oh yes, if you put your foot here and use your heel and all that. I'm thinking, well, I'm kind of doing that now, but for some reason I can only use one leg. Isn't that odd? It's like, you know, when I'm eating, okay, I'm not left-handed, but when I'm eating, I swap the fork and knife over. So that's what I was watching last night. And there's a lot of those how-to-do videos on YouTube. My brother-in-law makes quite a lot of them. He does restoring projects. Well, he'll get something. He's done model cars at the moment. You know the little Matchbox cars that he used to buy? Okay? He will completely restore those. Because, I mean, some of these cars are like 50, 60, 70 years old now. And he gets them from wherever. Some of them are really rusted, broken wheels, broken windscreens, and you can buy all these little spare bits from eBay. Little wheels and that for the model cars, and he orders them in, and he puts them, he's got like machines and all that, you know, spraying, and they look like brand new when he's finished them, and people watch his videos, and he makes quite a lot of money from that. YouTube send him a rather large check. I've got to tell you, it's large. I won't tell you how much. But he makes he makes more money on that than I would do karaoke nights for 3 weeks. So if I did 3 weeks of karaoke nights, okay, in a month, he'll get a little bit more than I get for those 3 weeks of karaoke nights that I do, just for making videos. And how marvellous to be making money from something you love doing. It's like me with the DJing for years and years. And indeed the karaoke. I've always felt extremely lucky to be able to make money from something that I like doing. So he makes money from the videos. And like thousands and thousands of people watch these videos. And you can see other people on the internet. Some of these people are very, very rich, the YouTube people. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did get $60 once. After doing them for about 8 years. That's all I've ever had, $60. He gets quite a lot of money from those. But then, you know, that's what people are looking for. People are not necessarily looking for this. This is very niche, what this is, isn't it? You know, you've got to kind of like what I'm doing. But, you know, it doesn't matter to me. It was never a money-making exercise anyway. Morning to Michael Pullman. Good morning, Michael. And hello to Courtney, who says there's no show like yours. There's no business like show business. Exactly. That's why I've looked around for them. I have actually looked around for you. Mike says, you thought you were Quasimodo in your dreams. The bells, the bells. Oh, God. No, I don't think all these messages are coming through. I've got different ones on here. Let's have a look there. Let's just scroll back a little bit there. Let's have a look. I try and pick out the messages sometimes that are in relation to what we're talking about. So I don't read them all out anymore. It's just impossible to read them all out anymore. Mike says, I've got a painful shoulder this morning for no apparent reason. Must be our age. Oh, I'm sure it is. I've always got something going on, Mike, whether it's my foot or back or something. It's a blooming nightmare as you get older, isn't it? Mike says, I'm starting to get various equipments to never get to start my own shows. He's got a Behringer mic, learning to use OBS, which is the broadcasting software. It's good, and it's all free, that OBS software. It really is. Good. What else did I do? So, as I said, Saturday and Sunday, I did take it easy. I was very fatigued at the weekend. Not tired, fatigued. That's where you get up. You wouldn't be able to go back to sleep, but you're just tired. You're very tired. And not really wanted to do anything. But I forced myself to go swimming on Saturday. I was lucky, actually. There was quite a few people. I went up, unfortunately, at the time where they had the water aerobics. So up at the swimming pool here in Bracknell at the Living Well, part of the Hilton Hotel, they rope off 3/4 of it. It's only a small pool, but they rope off 3/4 of it. And then you've got ladies and men. And actually, we had a few blokes doing it this week. Jumping and all that in the swimming pool, so you only have a very small space to do your lengths. And to be honest, one person is all you can really have in that lane. If you get more than one, it just becomes impossible. It's difficult to get past each other. It's really, really narrow. And I was very lucky that there was no one else in that side. So I managed to get my lengths done. And then went over to Sainsbury's. Anyone use that? I hope you floss your teeth. And I had to get some more Oral-B floss. Now, the Oral-B floss is the only one that seems to not get stuck in your teeth. All the other flosses, which are generally always cheaper, whether it's the Sainsbury's own brand or the Aldi or something like that, the string seems to be thicker, and and it's annoying. You have such trouble getting it between your teeth, and then half the time it snaps, which is really annoying because a little bit gets caught then, and you've got to get. I hate it. And with the floss that is thicker, it seems to move your teeth. So once you've done it and you try and get it out and you pull it out and snap. Oh Christ, blooming stuff snap. The Oral-B one doesn't do that. It's much thinner. So I popped over to Sainsbury's and I bought 4 of those, which fortunately on special offer, save 50 pence. So I bought 4, save £2. Yes, we've got to be saving money, thank you. Poor old John's got the road diggers out the front now. Gonna lay a new pipe. One is quite cute. I might offer him a cuppa. What, the pipe? Yeah, you need new pipes, do you, John? Probably to carry all that crap that comes out you away from the house. I know, awful. Can I, Mike? Your messages are not coming up on the text on the message screen today. Isn't that strange? Not coming up at all there. Don't know why that is. So that was my Sainsbury's visit. And then my mate come round and we watched the latest episode of Dynasty, or in this country, Dynasty, which was very good indeed. I'm so disappointed. You remember I told you that I'd put a message on the Instagram of Liz Gillis, who plays Fallon in Dynasty, right? Well, I was looking around on Saturday and I thought, there's another Liz Gillis here. It turns out that the Liz Gillis message, because I sent her a message and she liked it. I was so excited. Do you remember about 3 weeks ago? Turns out it's not her Instagram account. How disappointing is that? It's a fan. It's a fan's Instagram account. So disappointing, Liz. It's not her after all. So I've deleted that run and joined the real one. Thank you. Well, I can't see any posts from her. She just uploads photographs with no comments. Very, very disappointing. Saturday night, went to work. We had a fantastic cabaret with a drag artist called Miss Jason, who's really good, Miss Jason. And that was it, really. I laughed right the way throughout the show. Yesterday, Sunday, when I did the youth mass, that kind of worked all right. Yeah, that worked okay. The youth mass yesterday, that went okay. Then I come back here at my lunch, watched 3 episodes, or I'm up to episode 3 now, of Victoria, which I love very much. That's on ITV on Sunday nights. I think there's been about 5 or 6 of them now. I'm only up to episode 3 so far. And last night, went swimming, come back here and watched the latest episode of Line of Duty, which is just fantastic, isn't it? Are you watching Line of Duty? Really good. I mean, last week, I presume you've seen last week's one, the bloke had his throat slit. We didn't expect that. And this week, they've taken the gaffer in. I thought all along it was the gaffer who is H. But I don't think it is now. I'm not so sure it is now. So, excellent episode of Line of Duty. The last one is next Sunday at 9 o'clock on BBC One Colour. All right. Ronnie came over then. And we've started watching Pose. Ronnie hasn't seen Pose. And I'm quite happy to watch that all over again. So we watched the first episode of Pose, which is available on the BBC iPlayer. Okay, it's been played out on BBC Two at the moment. I think they're up to episode 4. If you go on the iPlayer, all the episodes are up there. So I watched the first episode of that with him last night. And he's coming over tomorrow to watch another episode. It's his birthday tomorrow. Listen, don't believe all the bullshit. Oh, I nearly said it then. Don't believe all the rubbish he comes out with on the rare occasions that he makes an appearance on the show. He will tell you he's 35. He's not 35. He's 10 years younger than me. He's going to be 46 tomorrow. My mate's going to be 46 tomorrow. Now, I'm hoping, I doubt very much. Oh, actually, I'd know if he was watching. Let me have a look. He's not watching. He doesn't watch this. You'll get no support from me, mate. Absolutely none at all. Right, but tomorrow it's his birthday. I got him a cake from Victoria. No, from. No, it's not Victoria Passery, is it? What Victoria Passery? Oh, what's it called now? Oh, the telly's come on next. Can you hang on a minute? My blooming telly's come on next door as an alarm clock. Just a minute. I had no intention of being here at this time in the morning. You must be having a laugh. Get up for you at 7:30 in the morning. I woke up at 6:45. I thought, I can't be bothered to lay here, so I had breakfast, and that's why the show's early today. That plus the fact I've got stuff to do. If I hadn't done this so early today, it wouldn't have been a show, you see. Back in a minute. Well, stay there. I'm just going to go and turn the television on. Television off, dear. Television off. All right. Did you see my tracksuit bottoms then? Petite Valerie, that's it. Petite, what did I call it? Victoria Petite Valerie, that's it. So I've got him a nice birthday cake from Petite Valerie, which, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think are particularly expensive, really. This cake was £43, I think. And it's a decent size and it's nice. You spend a lot more if you went up to London and got a personalised birthday cake make. It cost you a lot more than that. My dad used to do that for me and my sister. My father used to work in Fleet Street. He worked on the Evening Standard for many, many years, and then on to the Daily Express. And for our birthdays, there was a cake shop near where he worked, and he'd always come home with the most beautiful birthday cakes you could ever imagine. And there was one in particular that was really, really, really nice. I think I must have been about 10 at that time. But yeah, my mum and dad always used to make a point of trying to make our birthdays as nice as they possibly could. I think, and in the later times, I think it's a teenage thing. I became less grateful as I got older. Is that a teenage thing? I hardly ever spoke to my dad in my later years, in my mid-20s to and onwards, really, right into my 30s. I don't know why. I didn't hate him or dislike him or anything like that. Loved him very much, but for some reason it didn't. I just didn't want to converse. There was so many times like he'd try and strike up a conversation, and I just cut him stone dead for some reason. You know, an example could be, "Oh, what do you think of so and so?" "Yeah, all right," and that's all the reply I had. Without naming names, I know someone else actually, younger person, who is exactly the same with his dad, and we don't really know why. I can't tell you why I was like, I hate myself for it now. Absolutely hate myself because I don't know why. Why would you not want to talk to your father? You know, it's not like I was a mistreated child. I was a very, very lucky child. Very lucky child. Loved. Never ever once let down by my parents. Never ever pushed away because I'd been bad or disrespectful. And you hear some of the stories of children, don't you? And they have the most dreadful child years. We weren't like that. Me and my sister were extremely lucky to have the parents that we had, and it could have been so different. It could have been so different. We were adopted. Anyone could have adopted us. You know, could have been adopted by someone who were nasty and cruel and horrible. No, we weren't though. We were so lucky to be adopted by this wonderful couple who are our mother and father. But I don't know why, if that's a son-father thing. Perhaps you've got a child yourself, have you? Has anyone got a teenage or an early 20s son? Any fathers who don't really talk? They try to talk to them, but it doesn't come back the other way. I honestly don't know why that is. It's just one of those things, I suppose. Anyway, as I say, so I watched Pose, and that's it, really. Ron's birthday cake. I'll go and pick that up tomorrow, sometime between 10 and midday. And then I'll take that straight round to him and wish him happy birthday for his 46th birthday. 46th birthday. My nephew was 34 yesterday. The older nephew was 34 yesterday as well, Gary. And yes, it's all... time is moving on. Let's have a look. Michael, Adrian. Oh, you're talking to each other there. Okay, talking to each other. Fair enough. Good morning to Shah, who wants help. We all need help, Shah. We all need help. John loves Pose. It's a brilliant show. Yes, I gather that it's been signed up for a second series as well. So we're looking forward to that. We really are. Adrian, Miss Jason was on form on Saturday. Perhaps you should advise that lady I have a problem with her teeth because she plays with toys or something. She should floss as well. Really? Floss. Here you go. John says, my dad and I never really got on, maybe because I didn't like football. Oh, my dad loved football. Now, I wouldn't say that we didn't... No, I wouldn't say we didn't get along. It was me. It was me that was the problem. Honestly. Dad would try and strike up conversations and I'd just cut him stone dead with like, yeah, all right. That's it. Something like that. Don't know why. It's sad, isn't it, really? And, of course, once they died, you really beat yourselves up about it. My mate says, oh, you beat yourself up too much about things. Oh, no. My dad was a big football fan as well, John. I mean, a really massive... Queen's Park Rangers, he had it on all the time. Oh, the noise. People screaming and shouting and football going and all that. I watched it sometimes just to see the bloke's legs. Well, I said my text thing was working this morning, but I haven't had a text then, so I'm not sure it is now. Oh, well, these things are sent to test us. Right, let's have a look here. Some stories in the paper this morning. John was a proper mummy's boy. Oh, I think I was. I was too. In the Daily Mail this morning, looks like Katie Price has had something else done to her face. Oh, my God, yes. In the Daily Mail, it says, Katie, who has undergone the extreme body makeover after confessing she felt insecure of her looks and recent 2-stone weight gain, was unsteady on her feet as she came round from the anaesthetic and held onto a nurse for support. And there's some pictures this morning in the Daily Mail of, I don't know what she's had done this time. She's covered in plasters and bandages and stuff, clad in a hospital gown and a medical hairnet. The television personality, please. There is no personality. She had several blooded bandages around her cheeks, forehead and nose, and held onto a surgical drain, which is like a bag hanging down with a pipe coming out of it. Katie's blonde hair was blooded and matted. The mother of 5 looked in pain as she took deep breaths to steady herself while walking down the hospital corridor. I mean, these pictures of her, she looks a mess. What has she had done to herself this time? I mean, how unnatural do you want to look, dear? Leave your face alone. Before undergoing anaesthetic, a surgeon mapped out Katie's face with the model posing for before and after photographs. Last year, Katie admitted a non-invasive facelift, which involved, oh Christ, what's that? Hyaluronic acid being injected under her eyes, had mucked up her face. The busty pin-up defiantly vowed to go under the knife once again to get her face recorrected following the botched surgery. A day after the procedure, Kate headed back to the UK and was pushed around the terminal in a wheelchair by an airport staff member moments before leaving the country. She opted for comfort during her flight from Turkey. Oh, she's having it done in foreign countries. It's cheaper there, you see. I know people have their teeth done abroad and all that business. I'd be very worried to do that, though. What if it goes wrong? You know, if it goes wrong, or later on it can go wrong. You know, come back at their bright, shining teeth and all that, and suddenly one falls out. What, you got to go back then? Oh, dear. No. She opted for comfort during her flight from Turkey as she wrapped up in a black hooded jumper and skin-tight cropping... Oh, I started talking about what she's wearing now. But there's loads of photos, so if you want to have a look at that, that's in the Daily Mail this morning. I mean, all that effort to change your face, she just looks so completely and totally unnatural, doesn't she? Mind you, she's not the only one. You only got to walk around the street and look at the amount of people that have had their lips done and look like bloody fish. Awful, dear, awful. Are you watching American news channels? Practically everyone, male and female, reading the news on American news channels has had something done to their face. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious. There was a story yesterday in the news, either yesterday or Saturday, I think it might have been, where I think Botox people that do Botox, are got to have some sort of course or something like that to check on people's mental health before they have these things done. They're so worried about how they look and all that in front of people. And there was another girl on there, I say girl, lady on there, who said there's so many of these girls having this done now, even young girls, they're all starting to look the same. They all look the same, and it looks dreadful. Dreadful. There are, of course, the ones in the paper that it's gone really badly wrong, where their lips are like just out like that. I mean, how can that look good? It doesn't look good. Why do you think it does? Why do you think a new set of lips is going to transform you into being someone that everyone wants to be with? Because that's not going to happen, is it? You know? Injections in the face, in the lips, in the arse. Oh, for God's sake. Have you seen some of those arses? Where they've had, like, implants put in there. Massive, great big arses. And they look terrible. But the people having this stuff done, they think it looks good. In their mind, they now look fantastic. But they don't. Really weird. John says the Towie cast have a lot to blame for this. You're right. You're absolutely right. It is. Very strange. Good morning, Claire. Morning, Claire. We started very early this morning, Claire. Number one, I just got up early. I was actually up at 6:45 this morning. 6:45. And number two, had I have not gone on at 6:45, there wouldn't have been one today either. Because we haven't been on all weekend, have we? Been so busy and sort of taking it easy a bit with the back. But that's back up to 98% now, the back, Claire, I'm pleased to say. All right, darling. Well, if you do go in one of these hospitals and have stuff done to your face like Katie Price, be warned. Again, in the Daily Mail, there is a deadly Japanese super fungus which is resistant to drugs, and it's killed 8 people now in the UK. I mean, these are dangerous places, hospitals, I'll tell you that now. A Japanese super fungus has killed 8 patients in UK hospitals. It's called Candida auris, which can enter the bloodstream and spread throughout the body, causing serious infections. In the Daily Mail, it's been found in 25 hospitals. It's all over, dear. You don't want to go into a hospital. Around 50 patients survived, and 200 more patients had skin colonised by the fungus before it entered the bodies via wounds. See, keep washing those hands. I've said to you time and time before, wash your hands all the time. And don't touch anyone unless you really have to. I'm going to start taking rubber gloves into work. I will. Then no one can touch me. Has anyone sent a text? I've had no texts in. Don't tell me this isn't working again. There's always something that doesn't work in this blooming place, isn't there? A spokesman told The Sun, what seems to make this fungus somewhat unique is that it spreads so easily from person to person. Once in the bloodstream, it circulates and multiplies, causing sepsis. That's very dangerous, isn't that? Blood poisoning. Yeast cells can also deposit in organs, the liver, the spleen and the brain, those of you that have got brains, causing abscesses or forming vegetations on heart valves. Oh my God, I've got blooming plants growing on my heart. Oh dear. Public Health England announced earlier this month it's looking to update its guidance. Fears it's spreading like wildfire. Oh my God, we're all going to be taken over by mushrooms now. So there you are. There's another reason for you not to go into hospital. Isn't there? Very, very dangerous places. Okay. Good. In the Daily Mirror this morning, McDonald's. How you getting on with those paper straws? You getting all right with those? Have you tried to have a McDonald's shake through a paper straw? Isn't it difficult? The blooming straw collapses. I can get through 10 paper straws trying to drink a McDonald's shake. Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, it says the planet is slowly dying thanks to our damage to its fragile ecosystems. And if you want any proof of that, do yourself a favour, go onto the BBC iPlayer and watch David Attenborough's environmental programme on there. It's really good. I've no doubt in my mind, and I've said so many times before now, that we are absolutely killing this planet. Do I think we can save it now? No. Not really. No, but I think we should try, but I don't think we can. People won't change. I mean, what am I supposed to do? You know, drive. I drive to work. I've got a hybrid car. The next car coming is also a hybrid. I'd like an electric car, okay? But I can't plug it in. The distance between my house and my garage stops me doing that. There's no power in the garage. There's no power outside the garage. And if I take it up to the caravan, I haven't got enough electricity coming into the caravan. If I dropped a pen there, oh, that's sand. It's not too far. I don't have enough electricity coming into the caravan to be able to charge the car and have 1 or 2 heaters on in the caravan. I've only got 16 amps coming into the caravan. Not to get too technical, but one fan heater uses up 8 amps, okay? The car needs a decent amperage to charge at a reasonable time. So not really possible for me to have one. I would if I had. I've got solar panels on the roof, but you see, every time we do something, it damages the environment. The very fact that I'm talking to you now is using electricity. Somewhere there's a power station. Chucking out either burning gas or something like that. Yeah, we do have windmills. We do have solar power, but not enough of it. Every time I flush the toilet chain, my stuff goes out of the toilet and in the water somewhere. Every single thing we do is damaging to the environment. Everything. I had my blueberries this morning, which came in a plastic packet with a plastic lid on top. Every single thing we do. So I think it's too many people. You get away with it if we had, I don't know, half a dozen people on the earth. Billions and billions and more and more and more and more and more. Can't cope. How can that be sustained? Eh? Can't be sustained. Absolutely can't be sustained. Anyway, the story in the Daily Mirror. The planet is slowly dying thanks to our damage to its fragile ecosystems. But the real tragedy of our time is McDonald's replacing plastic straws with paper alternative. I'll go along with that. I'm sorry, dear. These paper straws are a bloody nightmare. They are. There must be something in between there. Not plastic, but not paper. Something that's made out of a material like that, okay, but will not collapse when you suck hard. So you could have something like that and it would disintegrate into the ground. Maybe made of rice paper or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. They must have something in between paper straws and plastic straws. A straw which behaves like a plastic one but will disintegrate harmlessly into the environment. because these paper ones are not doing it. You see them in the pub as well, down at the pub I work at, Central Station. They got paper straws there. Blooming nightmare. People hate them. In the Daily Mirror, it says, obviously we're kidding, but there are lots of people who are angry at the decision. So much so, there's even a petition to prove it. Much like David Attenborough himself, it seems the fast food chain's plastic straws have achieved national treasure status. At least that would go to some way to explain the outrage. Capitalising on this, one cheeky eBay seller who is flogging a Mackie D's plastic straw to the tune of £1,000. He's put a McDonald's plastic straw on eBay for £1,000. The product description reads, brilliant, uncirculated, brand new McDonald's straw. This is soon to become the stuff of legends. Imagine you're about 50 years older than you are now. Well, that would make me 106. Telling your grandchildren how you got given plastic straws from McDonald's and they will look up you like you're God. In addition to thinking there's someone foolish enough to pay £1,000 for a straw, the seller is also encouraging others to sign a petition to bring the plastic straws back. McDonald's decision to remove plastic straws from its branches in the UK last year, this amounted to 1.8 million plastic straws, which is a considerable amount of non-recyclable refuse. So they're trying to get this bloke's trying to get the plastic straws to come back in, and they are a nightmare. Of course, you can buy reusable ones, can't you? Reusable plastic straws, which are made of like hard plastic. They're quite good, but I mean, who carries around a plastic straw, you know? Maybe that's something we should get used to, carrying around a plastic straw. I was very impressed when I stopped at that Subway I told you about at the beginning of the show today. I had my plastic Starbucks reusable cup in the car. And I went into Subway. It's not a Starbucks. And I said, can I have a cup of tea, please? Do you mind making it in that? He said, yeah, that's all right. And he made the cup of tea in that. Okay, didn't fill it up. But then that cup's like that. And the teas they sell were there or that. I understand that, you know. So I got that in the bottom of the cup. But that's all right. So I was very impressed with that. That's at the Esso station at the beginning of the M4 there. All right. Adrian says you can buy stainless steel straws, which are reusable. They're a bit dangerous, but you can suck your heart away on one of those. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'd like a stainless steel one. It would be a bit odd, cold metal going in your mouth, wouldn't it? No, I don't. And the other thing is, how do you properly clean a straw? That's the other thing, isn't it? How do you properly clean a straw? You put that in the dishwasher, it's not going to clean the inside of the straw, is it? That's another thing to think about. It's all very well, you just suck up some more water. If it's like, I mean, I suppose, like tea and coffee would stain the inside of it, wouldn't it? I mean, I put my little teapot in the dishwasher once a day. I can't bear having that brown scum on it. Oh no, dear. Has to be clean. Got to be clean. Courtney says, what about bamboo? Bamboo straws. Yes, I think I've seen bamboo straws before. Not quite sure where. But like a bamboo, that's naturally got the bit in the middle anyway, isn't it? Yeah, good morning to Matt T. Welcome to the show. Mike, talking about McDonald's, they now do vegan nuggets, do they? Okay. You can buy chemicals which will clean its all-natural products like lemon juice. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong message there. They do vegan nuggets, by the way. Iceland have a very good vegan and vegetarian range. That's right, Mike. I know. I know McDonald's they started off the vegetarian wrap, didn't they? Which I haven't had one of those yet. I meant to have one of those, didn't I? But didn't quite get round to that. Good. Right, what's the time? Okay, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. We do yesterday's birthdays as well. Saturday's ones have disappeared from the system now, so I can't get those back. But happy birthday on this Monday, the 29th of April, 2019, to Jason Allen, 31 years old today. Good morning, Jason. Happy birthday. Darren Birch today is 38 years old. Anthony Radcliffe. Good morning, Anthony Radcliffe. 36 today. I haven't seen you for a while. Stuart Watts' his birthday today. Good morning, Stuart. Christopher Sweet is today 35 years old. Good morning, Christopher. Last time I saw you was at Waterloo, weren't it? Years ago. Good morning, Christopher. John Callan today is 59 years old today. Good morning, John. Jay Wright is a young 25 years old today. Happy birthday to you, sir. We've got, I think it's John Parrish. Let me just double check that. Now, where's that message? Oh, that was come through as a private. There it is. There it is. Hello to Sherry, who is John's wife, and she sends a message. Just a reminder for John's birthday tomorrow, which is today now. What time will you be live? Well, the time changes, to be honest, Sherry. It's usually 9:30 in the morning, but I don't guarantee. A show can appear at any time, you see, any time. So I can't really say. Obviously, we're doing it now. So here it is. Happy birthday to John Parrish. Okay. Have a lovely birthday, John. All right. One of our regular correspondents here. Good morning to John. Happy birthday to you, John. Did I do all the requests for today? Oh, hang on. Where did I get to? Christopher J. Oh, we got to Jay. So there are our birthdays for today. And going backwards a day to Sunday's birthdays, because we weren't here yesterday. Happy birthday for Sunday the 28th of April to my nephew, Gary Butler. He was 34 years old yesterday. Happy birthday, Gary. He had a nice little birthday. I saw some photos there. Good morning. Happy birthday. Heidi's birthday yesterday. Heidi was 48 years old yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday. Alan Butcher, who was in the Scouts for me, 54, Alan. God's sake, man. Happy birthday, Alan. He was in gang shows and we went camping together. Morning, Alan. Happy birthday. Dean James. Hello, Dean. Worked with him in a pub. 35 years old yesterday. Good morning, Dean. Happy birthday to you. Barbara Miller was 71 years old yesterday. I think you're one of our Manilow ladies, aren't you, Barbara? Happy birthday to you. Jacqueline Lebin was 51 years old yesterday. David Butcher as well. That's Alan's brother. He was 54 yesterday. Happy birthday. Okay. Darcy Rowe was 27 yesterday. Always a lot, isn't it? Ian Coram Millwood was 46 yesterday. Nick Evans was his birthday yesterday. Brenda Tricktober. Now, are you one of our Manilow girls, Brenda? I'm not sure. You might be. Happy birthday to you for yesterday, Brenda. And Jamey Tyler was 5 years old on Sunday. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. John says, I had bamboo straws in barley, mainly in my mocktails. Did you really? Oh, I don't know what that is. No, I've never seen a bamboo straw. Perhaps I should try one. Matt says, have you ever been turtle hunting? No. Why would you want to go and hunt little animals? Oh, what was that story I saw yesterday? Do you know they breed lions now to hunt? Isn't that awful? It's just dreadful. See those pictures, usually great big fat ugly people who have gone around and shot a giraffe and then imposed with them like that's a great thing. Stupid people. Stupid, horrible people as well. Right, that's it for the show today, gang. Now, I hope to be with you tomorrow, but it is my mate's birthday. I've got to pick up a cake. I hope to be able to get in the show before I go and do that tomorrow morning, okay? Tonight, it's Central Station Karaoke tonight. Look, there we are. Central Station Karaoke tonight in North London. Starts at 7:30, goes right the way through until 11 o'clock. There's the address, Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road, King's Cross in London. Come along, you don't have to sing. It's all about having a little bit of a laugh. We've got some wonderful people there that you can meet who are always pleased for you to go and talk to them. and all that. Okay, so Central Station, regular Monday night karaoke tonight from 7:30. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. I must get on the phone now and ring the car people, see if I can go down there and sort out my paperwork and what have you. And hopefully we'll be doing the live streaming of the karaoke as well. So wherever you're watching this programme today, tune in tonight at around about 7:30 and you'll be able to watch our karaoke on there as well. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.